I dare say the number of feats I've achieved with the blade are nothing short of numerous and miraculous. Hello everyone, and welcome back down here to the Gamer's Den with me, your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire, bringing you the next step in the first edition Pathfinder Swashbuckler guide. And today we are covering Feats, and this is going to be a part 1 just because I've tried recording this a couple of times and I've run over back into my old run times of 18 to 20 minutes, and yeah, I just really need to split this one up. So, to that end, we're just going to go ahead and dive right on into this with just one little addendum side note. This guide is meant to be just that, a guide. As I say with so many other of my guide videos, take this with a grain of salt. This is meant to just help you see what meshes and synergizes well with the Swashbuckler guide overall. This is just going to be a route to sort towards stacking some pretty good numbers in terms of damage, having some great abilities on top of your damage, things that piggyback along with the fact that we're going to be building towards getting a lot of critical hits. But if you have another idea in mind for your character, then go with that. Go with whatever fits the story, the build, the theme, whatever it is you are doing in particular. Go with that. Just use this as a learning tool. Now, with the TED Talk out of the way, with the asterisks all done, let's go ahead and get into this now. For your first level, you are going to take the weapon focus feat. This requires a base attack bonus of +1, and you gain a +1 bonus with the selected weapon. You want the rapier because it opens up the next feat. At 3rd level, you're going to take Fencing Grace. Now, if you're a human, this is going to be your first level selection, in addition to weapon focus, because humans get a bonus feat, remember that. This requires that you have a dexterity of 13, weapon finesse, and weapon focus rapier. Now, you might think, hold on, we didn't take weapon finesse, what gives here? Well, if you'll remember, we count as having weapon finesse anytime we're using a light weapon or a one-handed piercing weapon. Rapier qualifies, so we count. We can take Fencing Grace. You swap strength for your dexterity on damage, as long as you only attack with the rapier. And you also gain a +2 combat maneuver defense bonus against disarm attempts against your rapier. Now, for this, the second part doesn't really matter so much because about 11th level or so, you just end up not being able to be disarmed from your rapier, so you don't have to worry about that. But getting to add your dexterity to damage is, and removing your strength score, that's a huge benefit to you. So definitely you absolutely need to have this one. It's important for you. And then going on after that, for your 4th level bonus feat, we are going to take Power Attack. This requires a strength of 13 and a +1 base attack bonus. You will take a -1 penalty to your attack for a +2 to damage. At a +4 base attack bonus, this will increase to -2 for a +4 in damage, and increases at every +4 afterwards. So at 12th level, you go to -3 to get a +6. You're not going to be using this all the time, especially at early levels, but this is good for clearing out those lower level enemies that don't have quite the same level of armor that, say, more important opponents will, like the big bad evil guy or whatever loyal captains, lieutenants, or henchmen they have that are wearing plate. This will still help you clear out the chaff relatively quickly, and at higher levels, this will be a significant boost to your damage against those more important enemies, where you have enough bonuses to compensate for the fact that you are lowering your base attack bonus. And then, for 5th level, you're going to take Quick Draw. This requires a +1 base attack bonus, and you draw your weapon as a free action. This is good because you have some feats that are going to require a certain amount of move action on your part, whether it's move, I don't recall anything taking a full round, but still, this helps with the action economy overall. You don't have to spend a move action drawing your weapon. You can just have it out and be ready. Also, it just fits with the theme of a swashbuckler. How are you going to be a swashbuckler and not be able to just lightning quick clear your weapon from the scabbard? For 7th level though, you're going to take combat reflexes. You add your dexterity modifier to the number of attacks of opportunity you can make in a round. Normally it's a 1. With a 16 dexterity, that's a +3 bonus for a total of 4 attacks of opportunity, and this synergizes really well with your riposte ability. Riposte will allow you to make your opponents miss if you roll high enough. In addition to that, spend another panache point and you can just make a free attack of opportunity against them with it. So, in one fell swoop, using 1 attack of opportunity, you can make an opponent miss, and if you have the spare panache, you can make that attack of opportunity against them anyways, keeping up your damage output, increasing the likelihood that you're going to get another critical hit, which restores a panache point, and keep everything going. But then for your 8th level bonus feat, you're going to pick out weapon specialization. This requires that you have weapon focus for rapiers, which we do, and we're going to specialize with rapiers, and this requires that you be a 4th level fighter. Remember, swashbuckler levels count as fighter levels. So with this, you will gain a +2 bonus to your damage for your selected weapon, which is rapiers. So this again helps us stack more damage on top of everything else we're doing. And then for 9th level, you're going to pick out critical focus. This requires a +9 base attack bonus and gives you a +4 bonus on rolls to confirm critical hits. Not a bad bonus to have, certainly very helpful, because again, critical hits will refresh your panache points, or at least add 1 more into the pool. But the nice thing is though, it opens up a lot of other interesting feats, like bleeding critical, which we're picking up at 11th level. This requires a +11 base attack bonus and critical focus. When you score a critical hit, your target takes 2d6 bleeding damage, no saves. It takes either a DC 15 heal check or magical healing to cease the effect, and the effects stack. So if you get 2 critical hits back to back, and even if you just roll the average damage of 2d6, 6 points of damage, that's 12 points of bleed damage on top of the fact that you have just scored 2 critical hits against an opponent, which also gives you 2 panache points. All the way around, really, really great. This build just synergizes really nicely. Also, speaking of panache, for your 12th level bonus feat, you're going to take extra panache. This requires that you have the panache class feature and gives you a +2 bonus to your panache points overall, allowing you to just keep things rolling. It gives you more room to use your abilities. And then for your 13th level feat, you're going to pick up staggering critical. This requires that you have a +13 base attack bonus, critical focus, and when you score a critical hit, your target becomes staggered for 1d4 +1 rounds. They get a fortitude save, which is equal to a DC 10 plus your attack bonus, so at 13th level, that's a 23 DC fortitude save. But if they make it, that reduces it to 1 round. Further staggering crits add 1 round to the duration. For 15th level, we are picking up critical mastery. This will require that you have 2 feats and be a 14th level fighter, which we count as, and you get to add the effects of 2 critical feats on a critical hit. So you can stagger and make them bleed all in one go. It's just absolutely fantastic. But this is where we're going to call it for now. We have more feats to go, but we're going to have to save that for next Saturday for part 2 of the 1st edition Swashbuckler feat guide. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Did I hit the mark here, or have I completely missed everything entirely? Did I roll a crit fail with all of this? I don't think I did, but certainly go down there into the comments and let me know your thoughts down below, whether I did good or bad in your eyes, and what feats would you consider throwing into the mix here. Let me know all of your thoughts. I'm more than happy to engage in the discussion. But with that said, I've been your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire. I hope you all have had a good day and have yourselves a good night. Oh! Also, go on down there and hit the subscribe button if you have not already, if you want to get more content here from the Gamers Den. Certainly, we'd be happy to have you. Once again, though, have yourselves a good night.